A train wrecked to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders.
Good morning, Mega GMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Man, it's awfully bearish out there. It's awfully bearish out there. Wouldn't be me. No, so it's looking kind of rough. It's looking kind of rough out there in the markets today. But I don't know, man. It's kind of like the rough spots are maybe where you find some of those best opportunities. So I hear. Oh, I miss Choina, man. We're not going to have Choina for the next few months here. Early in the show. I miss the man already. We got Drop King here. Good morning, man. Good to see you. Mufasa, good morning. Moonship, good morning. Mike, okay? Mike's sounding funny to me. Maybe we're okay. Hope we're okay. The market might be rigged. To be totally honest, market might actually be rigged. So yeah, there's some talk out there for sure. We'll jump quickly to the market today. No guest. I'm actually excited for that. I love talking to I love these great guests coming on. Dr. Emma Sage, Crypto Sage Senior on yesterday, and Jono on. Awesome chat with those guys. Love what they're cooking. Love that they're cooking with us. And then we need those days for us to catch up on the market and start getting our thoughts and game plans together here. That's what today is. Interesting out there. We do have more guests coming up this week. We'll get to those here shortly, but let's start with Home Team. Guys, we're live right now over on X. We're live on Abstract. And for now, we're live on YouTube. Still on YouTube. Hang on, let's do this view today. We just mix it up here, right? Remember, YouTube is going to be banning. They've changed their policy about NFTs, digital. It's really more about gambling. So YouTube's terms of services, guidelines, whatever, I don't think they're going to impact us, man. Best I can tell, you're not going to be able to link to gambling sites. Maybe you can't link to something like an NFT marketplace even, right? I think that's where it's going. But as far as like talking about NFTs, I think we're fine. I don't think we see any impact by these changes on YouTube. Still, it's important to be following all the accounts just because of that, because we don't know. But we'll start with YouTube. Subscribe over here. It's CryptoSlam on YouTube. By the way, Gravity, good morning. Hoods, good morning. Good to see you, boys. Follow me on X, Hudah_idiot. Dude, I changed the PFP and realized that was probably a really stupid PFP. Because it literally hurts your eyes to look at, which is probably not the goal. It's probably not a good idea. We're probably going to have to switch that right on back, but whatever. Whatever. Just mixing it up this morning. Moonship gambling, I mean, it's the silliest thing, isn't it? If they're trying to limit gambling, everything is gambling. Everything is gambling. Okay, this might be a stretch too. This is probably a stretch. Are even the super chats and stickers, it's not gambling because you're not expecting money in return, but everything's been financialized. It's kind of silly thing. Even kid games, exactly. It's everywhere to limit it now. Now, if they're going after aggressively, I don't know, rigged gambling kind of games, I mean, it's all rigged. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Good morning, Cats. Good morning, He. Good to see you again, man. Difference between investing and gambling, and I know my buddy English has a take on that. He got it from one of the Bodago guys, and it's a good take. Investing is when you make money and have an edge. You have a strategy to it. Gambling is when you throw your money at something that's EV negative. So I like that. I like that take on it. Investing is when you trade and win. Gambling is when it's an EV negative activity. So yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, about YouTube. Again, I don't think it impacts this at all. I don't think we see anything here. Now we'll find out if we get an age restriction slapped on. We might. But yeah, that's why it's important to follow these other accounts. SlamAI _XYZ. Go to the website, check the light paper there. Dig it. You talking Pengu? Did you buy some Pengu? Might not be a bad play. I am. Look, we'll be kind of bearish today, but I'm really optimistic still. I'm not. You're not going to. My mind can't be changed on that yet. While I still see why people are so bearish right now, I'm excited about today. I'm excited to chat about this stuff. I get why people are bearish. I'm not. I think the fundamental things that had me like super optimistic about this cycle are still there, and a lot of those big catalysts haven't happened yet. And best we can see, still they're gonna happen. That's right. What's the name of this moon phase tomorrow, Mufasa? It's like the beaver moon or something like that. So Moon Quant says maybe we go up. Honestly, I like it. I like that play a lot. I really do think. I think we've got like still that special part, like another one of them, but that special part of the run's still coming. And whenever we do finally collapse, I don't think it looks like years past. I don't think it looks like that. I don't think it lasts as long. And I think nobody knows. Anyway, CryptoSlam.io over on X as well. Again, shout out to Crypto Sage and his phenomenal agent, Dr. Emma Sage. Great to have him on the show. Love hearing what they're cooking. Love seeing people take wallet DNA and use it to power parts of their product. Some people even their entire product. It's awesome to see. I'm a believer in using wallet DNA for your airdrops. I'm a believer in rewarding your supporters, not your mercenaries, right? I'm a believer in that. Using wallet DNA and using reputation and some of these other metrics, Epoch, target your believers and get them in your airdrop. And if you do that, you've got quality holders instead of people who get your token, dump your token. You should be using it if you're running airdrops, guys. And if you want to use it, reach out. Reach out. Actually, come join Slam Nation. Come build with us. We'll tap you into the data. We'll give you credits towards it. Be like Crypto Sage. Anyway, we put the spotlight on him and his project yesterday, too, because he deserves it. But we're going to start rolling these out, too. You'll see other builders in Slam Nation that we'll be announcing that are using our tools, using our data. And we got to put the spotlight on these guys because, again, they're working, they're building, they deserve that. Oh, you're in there already. Good. And they'll continue using it. I can't wait to see his leaderboards he builds with it. To me, that's the sweet spot, or like one of the sweet spots for wallet DNA. It's take X accounts, pair it with wallets and reputation. Now you know how to airdrop. Now you know how to run these mindshare campaigns. Best way to do it. It's the best way to do it. I think I'm still, DM me still. Just hit me up so we can chat. And then as far as wallet DNA, I think we've got the light paper. Well, it's on SlamAI _XYZ, so you can check it there for sure. Yeah, it's in here too. Go to SlamAI.xyz wallet DNA. Again, you can DM me. We can chat about it too. But actually, we have another doc out there that's way more in depth. Oh no, maybe it's here. Yeah, it's here. It's all here. So there we go. More to come from Dr. Emma Sage, but beyond. Can't wait. In fact, some of that you're going to hear coming up on Thursday on the Will and Goon show. Love those guys. They have their 50th episode coming up Thursday. And they're doing like a mega spaces, which I can't wait for. Very similar to when Whit and I did that 12-hour marathon stream. We just had guest after guest after guest. Dude, it was so fun. I got to do that again too. But these guys are doing similar for the anniversary show. 40 teams coming on over the course of, I think it's 8 hours plus. I bet it'll go longer. I bet you it's going to go longer, man. But we'll be on there. I'll be on there. Scott's going to come on too. We're coming up at, what times are these? Oh, okay. Eastern time, guys. I think this is like 5:45 p.m. So that's a heads up. Again, it's Thursday. Ring Fence will be on, Cyber Sentry, and then Scott and I will be on there. And it's like 10 minutes long. Talk about the Swarm. We're going to talk about SlamAI. We'll talk Slam Nation. We'll talk the Swarm Report. We're going to talk everything we're doing. And I can't wait. I can't wait. These guys are awesome. Who else is coming on there? ET, love them. All these guys are great. Karoom is going to be on there. Agent CEO, Aristotle, dude. Killer lineup. Billy Betts will be on. Love it. Wave 3. Wave 3, by the way, or Wave 3. I'm going to start bringing more guests on the weekend stream too. I don't know why the browser's being funny right now, by the way. We'll work through it, but they're coming on the weekend stream this Sunday. We'll do a quick catch up with those guys. They've been on before, but we'll get them on the weekend stream, a little more casual. And dude, they were so sleep deprived last time. That was such a funny and fun stream. But we'll get right into the meat of what they're doing. Anyway, okay, let's get to the market. But look at that. Tune in Thursday, and I'll give you the heads up reminder ahead of time. All right, on to the market. Let's free up some memories here. But yeah, I mean, you feel it out there. I lied. Hang on, we're not going to the market yet. I didn't tweet the show. My bad. All right, we're tweeting now. I'm going to drop it in the chat to throw a little love on that bad boy. Okay, now we're good. But again, this is it. This is the sentiment out there. It's all you're seeing. It's over. This time it's actually over. What's different right now about it's over is like there's some accounts that there's accounts that I like, that I trust, that are smart, that are saying the same thing, saying it's over. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's not. In fact, I'll bet it's not. Like literally, money where my mouth is, I will bet that it's not over. And even the guys who think it's over don't think we're not still going up for a period of time, but they think the bull market is essentially over, and maybe we've actually entered a bear market with Bitcoin still over 100K. That's actually super possible. It's actually really, really possible. There's some interesting takes out there that maybe we've been in a bear market for a little longer, and if so, then it's different narrative is really, really true, and it might be. It might be really different. We might be in a weird kind of bear market. We might be in a weird extended bull market. Whatever it is very, very different. And so I wouldn't be listening to anybody's takes. Well, I'll say this. Listen to everybody's take. Do your own research. Come up with your own opinion game plan, because nobody knows right now. Nobody knows. We do know that that's the sentiment out there. And you see it in the market. You see it on the timeline. Extreme fear. That's it. Extreme fear. This is as bad as I can remember it in a long time, and it can get much worse, and I expect it to get much worse too. And there's people out there talking about a thing we say often on this show about what has to happen to get the euphoric part. We got to get the flip side. And I've made these comparisons to what that feels like. Now I'm starting to see other people on the timeline saying exactly that, what this feels like. We'll show some of those tweets in a minute. Bitcoin was 100 all-time high a month ago. And all of a sudden it's over. With many, many catalysts to come. I don't buy it. Still, Bitcoin under 104. ETH at 3,500. Ripple 225. BNB is under 1,000 right now. And there's some smoke around BNB. I hope you do, Hoods. That'd be sweet. Solana 161. Right? It doesn't look great. It's not been a good week. Quick peek at ETFs. This is how for me, it's a great gauge. 186 million outflows yesterday on the Bitcoin ETFs. Over on ETH, probably about the same. 135 million outflows. And then Solana, has been opposite of the other two. I'm not so sure about yesterday. 70 million inflows. Yet price go down. Interesting. We'll leave CoinGecko. Actually, let me kill that for now too. I am curious. This is this kind of interesting. Michael Saylor bought Bitcoin again yesterday, as he does most weeks, right? How did he buy at 100, almost 115K? I'm trying to make that make sense because Bitcoin was 105, 106 yesterday, unless this is like over the course of a week. I still don't think we were. It's hard to see where he got that average price. I don't know. And also, it doesn't really matter. But interesting. But okay. This is where things start getting really, really interesting. And this actually is part of the conversation about the 1010 liquidation event, the biggest liquidation in crypto history, right? 20 bill, probably more like 40 bill. And there's fallout from that. And I don't think we've still seen the fallout from it, but maybe this is part of it. People out there saying Wintermute, right? The, I think, second largest market maker in crypto is suing Binance, right? Because of the way Binance kind of crumbled on that date and liquidated people at much higher prices than it should have. It was kind of a disaster, giving priority to certain market makers as well. All these things we heard, and we saw some great write-ups about it. This is interesting. So again, people saying that they're hearing, Wintermute suing Binance, lost hundreds of millions on 1010. I also like this take, if it's true, by the way. If it's true, and I kind of lean towards it's probably true. Is this like an FTX? Is this like a black swan event that cripples this market? I don't know. I actually can get with that take that it's like purification. I hate the fake volume. I hate the artificial prices. Maybe you need it. Maybe you could argue you need it. I'd much rather we find like organic prices, which are, to be honest, way lower, way, way, way lower. But this would be a big deal. Probably really disruptive for this industry if it happens, and if it exposes some things about Binance. I don't know, but it's interesting. We had this person, Trading Axe, who's put out some interesting posts before too, sharing details about Wintermute, and he's saying, like, again, very similar stuff, that there is something going on here, and that there is almost like a Wintermute versus Binance, war going on behind the scenes. And we saw Binance or CZ versus FTX last cycle. We saw that happens. We saw CZ/Binance versus Hyperliquid earlier this cycle. Wouldn't be crazy. Also, I we have what to go off of? Just random dude on the internet. Could be true. And I'll say again, like, it feels like a where there's smoke, there's fire kind of thing. It does feel like that. That said, okay. Wintermute saying nothing. Okay, they're not saying nothing. They're saying a lot. They're saying there's nothing happening here. They haven't planned to sue Binance. They have no reason to sue Binance. They're saying everything out there on the timeline's fake. Could be. But we heard similar with like FTX as well. We did. We heard similar. We were like, everything's fine. Nothing's happening. We're all good. And it wasn't, dude. It was pretty bad. It was pretty fucking bad. Wash sale rule will affect the trading bots in a big way. Mufasa, is that part of the Clarity Act? There's got to be some clauses for like market making though, but that is kind of wash trading. But also, I don't know. This industry is like mature as it's getting. It's still young, and it's still, we're still kind of building like, believe it or not, we're still building the rails here. It's wild. It's wild to think how early crypto kind of still is. So we'll see. I don't think that story's over. If I'm a betting man, I'm probably betting there's something actually there. Trading fees affected. Yeah, I mean, it'd be without wash trading, this industry would look a lot different. And I better in some regards, but also different, less liquidity, lower prices. There's probably a lot more there. But again, bear market talk really heating up. This tweet from Solana, kind of bearish. Also just smart best practices, kind of just that too. Telling founders, preserve your runways, survive till you're inevitable. Cut burn rate. Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is kind of all like, this should be common sense stuff. And it's not when you get into these periods of excess. I like that, Gravity. That's fucking great. In a way, I kind of love that too. Don't launch your product, just keep improving. I kind of like that too. I kind of like it. Put it out there, just keep building and building and building. You don't need an official launch. I kind of like that. 100 users that love your product is better than 1,000 that just like it. I like everything here, but it does feel bearish. It does feel like they're giving like survival mode, kind of a game plan. It does. Okay, now the flip side of all the negative talk. Actually, I'm not done with the negative talk. And we'll kind of like bounce back and forth, but like some of that negative talk, comparing sentiment right now, like I've been doing here, saying, guys, this is like, and it's also what we need. It's like 2018 or 2019. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You running it back like yesterday. Thank you, sir. If that's real. I don't know if it's real. I don't know. But thank you. Whatever. Even the words are just cool. Oh, you know what? We need the comments on the screen. So I've been saying, dude, again, I've been here for a long time, dude. I think everybody here has been here for a long time, like multiple cycles, not even like this is the second cycle. For a lot of us, it's the third cycle, maybe fourth cycle. This is my third cycle here. And I remember when it was dead. All right, I was peeking over on YouTube, just seeing if that's real. Eyes, eyes. Thank you, man. Very kind. I remember the vibe back then, dude. Like different. Okay, bearish, yes. Way worse than that. It was done, dude. Crypto was over. It was over. Eyes, like I got to learn a little more about you. Like, learn the AI stuff. Yeah, but is it like crypto more broadly? Like you pretty do? Because that's what this is for, man. That's why I do it. There's so much garbage out there that's just trying to take people's money, right? And we're just trying to help people learn and, let you ask questions and like, it's just different. So anyway, it was different then, though. I'm telling you, it was over. Crypto's never coming back. And that included Bitcoin. That's what it was like back then. And there were so much fewer people here, so many less people. And during the bear market, we never got there. We never got there this past bear market, 23. We never got there. And I've said this consistently. We need that. We need that to get that other extreme, because those people that were believers that lost faith, they need to be the ones that are coming kind of back with retail, being like, oh shit, I get how high and crazy this can go. I'm all in. You need that. We never got it. We're starting to get it now, right? How many people are on your timeline saying it's over? Like over. Like crypto's done. It's in a new phase. It's this institutional phase. It's never going to go back to what it was. And they're saying NFTs are dead. They're never coming back. We're never going to see a bubble like that. We are finally getting that kind of talk that we need. We need it. Finally, and it's almost consensus out there that it's over. And nobody says that about Bitcoin, and they're right to not say it about Bitcoin. But basically everything else, that's what people are saying. And it's more than that. They're maybe unlike other little like shitty periods too. They're not just saying it. I think a lot of people believe it now. And it's going to get worse. It needs to get worse, because even this kind of sentiment, 2018, it was worse. It was worse. It was like, it wasn't that it feels over. It's probably over. It was over. I believed it was over. I believed it. I remember what that felt like. I don't feel like that now. I'm reading all these takes out there. I don't think people still feel like that depth of it's over yet, but they're getting closer. I'm with you, Moonship. I'm with you. I think the market's going to be up in a matter of weeks here. Yeah, and that's a great point, Cats. Here's the thing. I don't think most of us here are going to feel like that. It's great that other people do, though. That we do need it. It's why we're going to be ahead of them. It's why we're going to be ahead, because they're going to feel that way, and they're going to disengage exactly like I did in 2018. I stopped. I'm like, it's over. I'm done. I'm out. And then I came back, 2020? That's what we need. That's where you get the frenzy from, is a rush of people back in. And it's even better if they know crypto enough to know where to come to and what to plug right into. Their money comes right back with them. No, there's no scenario where crypto's over. There's none. So I'll never think like them. I might think the I can understand why people think like the hypey part, the special part is over and not coming. I can get there. I can understand it. I don't believe it, but I understand it. But crypto over tech isn't going to work. Adoption isn't going to happen. I'll never believe it. The thing that won me over last cycle that clicked, you don't go back. You can't come back from that. You can't. It's like saying like the internet's over. It's like saying cell phones are over. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't. This is really good though. It's really good having that kind of talk out there. It is. And I think it can last longer. It can last longer. I do think it does get darker. Even if that's a year out after like the fun part comes, the other side of it is going to get like this, but more extreme. Again, we need it, especially for the scenario you guys know that I'm betting on, which is 2030. For us to get that, what I'm betting on, that massive, that next crazy bubble, the ordinals to 1 Bitcoin floor. Again, those specific collections, one of them, right? The metaverse cycle back, the metaverse bubble again. To get that, we need the it's over mindset for an extended period. And it's coming. I can feel it. Nothing's changed. It not only is my mind not changed about this stuff, I only believe it more because it's playing out exactly how I thought it would. We need it's over to get that euphoria. If we don't get it, that euphoria big bubble thing doesn't happen again. It's coming. I'm glad to hear that. I am. It's a good place to be. It's the best place to be. Even if it's maybe harder right now, and I don't think maybe it is, yeah. We've not seen hard times, liquidity crisis in TradFi. Yes, there we go. Gravity, yes. We're going to get a perfect storm. We're going to get a perfect storm of it getting really hard in life. And when it's hard in life, nobody's going to spend on crypto. Nobody. And it'll truly feel over then. That'll be the bottom for sure. That's the moment. We have governments buying Bitcoin reserves. We need that more, though. We don't quite have like, U.S. buying 1 million Bitcoin. We need that. That's what, man, when we flip from it's over, crypto's dead, to not just we're back, because now when we pump again, everybody's looking to exit. And what I've been trying to tell some people is like, yeah, that's how you'd expect it to go. But often when we're back and we get that pump, there's something else that comes with it that gives you that little, it makes you think you got to hang on longer because, again, it's different. Oh, there's more coming. The U.S. buying Bitcoin would be that kind of thing. If we implement that plan to buy 1 million Bitcoin, that's that. That changes everything. It's game on this cycle for a lot longer and a lot higher, and it's 200K Bitcoins back in play and all that. But regulations coming this year. The internet, the payment rails are coming next year, especially, but it's coming. It's really good. It's really good. Yep. Far from over. I'm glad people are running with that narrative, though. Okay, Legendary puts out this tweet. I don't know if he's just shit posting or if he knows. Spidey sense tells me there's some good stuff coming. It tells me that, man. I like eyes. I like that, and thank you again, dude. Man, some kind of community effort would be great. I'll tell you this: after or along with our Slam launch, there's going to be let's just say a different kind of focus. I wish it were right now. But a different kind of focus on building out the content and the community stuff. Should be now. It should be always, to be honest. But, with a startup, you're stretched pretty fucking thin. Post clarity. Dude, there's some kind of fucking wordplay there that we could use that would be so funny. Every U.S.-facing exchange must register as digital commodity exchange. Monthly audits or instant ban. Dig it. Now, that's how we get into the fuckery, the wash trading. That's how we deal with that. That's good. Anyway, I hope this is true. I hope it's not just a shit post. If it is, whatever. If only half the things I heard are true, it'll be a very, very juicy week. Sit back, enjoy the show, chill and spot. I feel it. I don't often have very specifics for you guys. It's vibes. I'm good with vibes. I've got vibes like there's some big stuff coming that isn't even on our radar. Isn't even on the radar. So we'll see. Also this, again, I'm just I put up the tweets, the posts that kind of mirror my headspace, mirror my, my conviction. It's this. Government shutdown 34 days now, second longest in history dude, we're on path for this to be the longest ever. And the market's still looking pretty spicy. Stock market's cooking, parts of it. Crypto, I mean, again, Bitcoin's still over 100,000 with all that sell pressure from those whales. Have a great day, man. I get it. I get it. I'm bullish, dude. Tom Lee had that cool stream yesterday or show with virtuals. We'll also get to that shortly, but you know, still predicting, and this is a this year prediction. This is a 8-week prediction here. Bitcoin could reach 150 to 200K. For me right now, with the way things are, 200 is hard to see, but remember what it's going to take to get there. Government reopening, Clarity Act passed, some spicy stuff. That's what's up. Thank you, Eyes. I get it. I got 3 kids, so I get doing the dad gig with the job gig with the trying to do the crypto thing. Yeah, keep at it, dude. But that 200 means a couple things. Again, legislation passes, the liquidity cycle, business cycles in full effect, but also maybe some spicy surprise announcements too. Very possible, dude. It's very possible. ETH 7K, I have a harder time seeing that, to be honest. But it doesn't mean it can't happen, won't happen. I would love it. We would all love if it happens. We would all love it, dude. I have a harder time seeing that. I have an easier time seeing Bitcoin. I mean, I'll bet Bitcoin's going to 150. 200, I hope. 7K ETH, harder to see. I hope. And here's Hunter Horsley talking about what we said earlier. What if we're in a bear market right now? Could be. It really could be. These words don't mean the same thing anymore, right? Bear market doesn't mean what bear market meant before. Maybe it should, but it doesn't. We're trying to find words to describe what's happening now, but you can't describe it. It is different. Everyone worries. This is interesting, too. It's part of what's feeding the sentiment right now. Everyone expects a bear in 2026, so they've been prepping for a bear in 26. Their moves have been motivated by that. Nobody has belief beyond this year because everyone, again, expects bear 2026. Well, what if there's not? What happens to belief then? Does it flip? Do people start believing again? I think so. But saying, yeah, everybody worried about a bear market in 26, part of a 4-year cycle. That expectation, like we started seeing, remember last cycle, if Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live talking about Doge, we expected that when he was live on SNL, that Doge would pump. And it was the opposite. It used to work that way. And then when everybody realized it worked that way, it worked the opposite. And that's happening here too. Everybody expects a bear market in 26. Everybody front runs the bear market, brings it here early. What happens when it doesn't play out and market starts going up? Everybody does what they do because we're greedy. We FOMO right back into the thing. And by the way, there will be something that comes along with it that gives you that like belief that it's going to go higher. It can go higher because of this. It's what really lets you get back in and FOMO hard. And it's human nature. It's going to happen. But what if we've been in a bear market a lot of this year? Because it's bear market's like a mentality too. It's fundamentals, right? But it's mentality. It's what we're doing right now, preserving what you have. Well, people started doing that earlier. They didn't do it, right before bear market. They started doing it all year because they're expecting bear market next year. We're working and we're trading like it's a bear market. We have no belief. So what if this year is the bear market? What if these cycles are shorter instead of longer? A lot of what ifs here. And what if we're bear market now, back to a bull next year? What if? Who knows? I still believe in some of the fundamentals, and I still think the M2 liquidity cycle, business cycle matter a lot. And I still think rate cuts matter a lot. Never had rate cuts in a bear market. We're getting rate cuts still. It matters a lot. Those fundamentals do matter. And those fundamentals still tell me next year should be pretty fucking awesome. Raoul Powell, I'm also on board with this. I know it's easy to dunk on him now. It's so easy to dunk on people when the market's down. It's easy to point fingers and say, I told you, you fucking idiot. I think he's going to be right. And I'm with him, 70% chance. I like that. I think the banana zone's coming still. It still makes sense to me. That run up to 140, 50, hopefully higher. Because I still believe we're going to a mill in 5 years. I still believe that. Well, that's going to be a process. That means I think we go higher this cycle still. I believe. But I can get with him here. I think that's more like a 70% chance. Probably months ago, I would have said 90, 95% chance. I can't picture a scenario where we don't do that again. Well, I'm not there now. There's just so many factors. Most of it being Trump. Actually, all of it being Trump. Trump is the biggest factor. He's the biggest X factor. He would be the reason we don't hit that banana zone, that 30% chance that we don't. And then in a way, he's the 70%. He's both everything. We live or die by Trump. And so far, he's destroyed this this run. He has. But I'm with him. 70% chance banana zone comes. I'm right there. I don't think it's 60. I feel 70. I don't think it's higher than that either. 70 feels about right. I'm there. Frank shouted out this article. I read the article. It's fine. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's somebody kind of talking about what's so different this cycle and why teams aren't really incentivized to build. And my takeaway from this article is very different than like maybe Frank's and most people's, right? Again, it's talking about how these teams are building and how they're rewarded and what investors are looking to buy and how they fund projects. And it's a good read. To me, it's like, I'll drop it in the chat. It's super obvious. Trump coin really did wreck us. Yeah. Big liquidity extraction event. Huge. And Melania too. And Libra. Those were awful for us. That said, awful things, even scammy things. I'm not calling those a scam, but whatever, right? We make money on the scammy stuff too because we're plugged in and because we're early, and that's the game. That's just the game. Actually, it ties right into this. This whole article is talking about projects building and pivoting and building and pivoting and fundraising and the attention span and the building life cycle just getting shorter. All of it true. All of it wicked true, right? My takeaway from this isn't about that. It's that people still think about tokens the wrong way. I don't know why we're doing it still. I don't know why we're still doing it. Again, that's not what this is focused on, but in a way it is. Because it's talking about these tokens, price doesn't it doesn't live the length. They don't have the lifespan as before because, again, the attention thing and the projects keep pivoting. And you just keep forgetting all these tokens all they are is a way to monetize attention. We never could do that before, man. We never could do that. It's such a weird abstract thing that you can take attention and like grab it out of thin air and tokenize it and financialize it. That's all crypto is. And that's any crypto you talk about. And yes, some crypto has utility, but that utility is so minor compared to the price. And I just think we've completely lost sight. When people call crypto like vaporware, it is. And also it's not. It's just an abstract thing. Tokenized, financialized attention. That's all it is. And we've tried to build it up into something that it's not. And it's not a bad thing. I actually think it's a great thing. It's a fun thing. And it does let people like gamble on products and people. But I do think there should be a reward for your attention. Your attention is worth something to like a team, but also to other people. So attention, like financializing it, makes sense to me. And it's valuable. And we do it all through tokens. To me, that was the takeaway here. It's like we're talking about all these other things again about businesses building. I'm like, it's just we're overthinking all of it. All it is attention. That's it. That's what we value in crypto. And it's not a bad thing. The great products will come. We hope. We're going to tackle the virtual stuff last, but we'll put some, good amount of, actually, I'm going to move quick so we can put some time on it. But part of this, like, no more belief in bear market thought and sentiment. It's kind of, man, it's really reflected in NFTs. We'll say that. Brutal in the NFT market right now. Brutal. This is like a perfect gauge of sentiment, as is something like Fartcoin on, in the meme coin space. You got these things that measure sentiment, but also measure like people's wallets. And I don't think people have as much money as well as we need to keep this running. Pudgy Penguin's under 6 ETH. Bored Apes. We had a Bored Ape sell for under 6 ETH. This is like historic low prices in it. I dig it. Azuki's under an ETH still. And they've been there for the past, few days, week, but 0.93. It's all going lower until it doesn't. And all these are going to 2x still. I don't know if we have a 3, 4, 5x in these things. Wouldn't be shocked, but we got a 2x in all these things. This is what normalizing crypto looks like. Lower prices, more frequent opportunities, maybe smaller gains, but more frequent. And it's doing it in things like that too. And sometimes you make great money and sometimes you make little, but you can do it frequently. And this is what I think most of us kind of envision crypto turning into. But like endless opportunities. We can't lose sight of that. We didn't have them last bear market. Anyway, this doesn't look great. The same applies over on Bitcoin. Doesn't look great. And again, I see opportunities here already. Mutants under 0.9. Wow. Doodles at 0.6. Like, dude, we're bear market prices, worse than our bear market prices. It's still a bull market. I guess technically we could start debating that, but these prices are wild. Wild. People also talking about punks going much lower. Much lower. I think they're, well, shoot, I don't know. They're not going to go as low as people think, like guys like him think. And maybe a Beanie also thinks we're going to see, I think he thinks, I think Beanie thinks punks are going to like 5 ETH. I don't see that because that's the only asset in NFTs where I'm like, if somebody's got 5 ETH and 5 ETH only, I think they're spending it on a punk. But I think that actually is at a higher level. I think it's more like 10 ETH. I think at 10 ETH, anybody with 10 ETH empties out their wallet, they get the punk and they sit on it for 5 years, 10 years. I think punks are really, really, really different. But Jonah here doesn't believe. I love that punk, by the way. That's one of my favorite punks in the entire collection. I think I have like I think I had the crypto funk version of this one. It's one of my favorite punks. But anyway, doesn't believe anymore. Sold his punk, tax loss harvesting, but doesn't believe. But it shared some thoughts, and I disagree with almost all this. Well, at least the main point, which is punk prices are heading a lot lower, which where are they at? Where are punks? Let me find punks. Are they 40 ETH right now? They are. CryptoPunks are 40 ETH still. Wrong collection. Wrong. No, not wrong collection. CryptoPunks are 40 ETH. Going lower? Probably in this market here, they go lower. But like where this guy thinks, here, I want to save this and kill it. Boom. Oh, already did. All right. Boom. No, I can't get there, and I don't believe it, and I'm pretty sure he's wrong. Punk prices heading a lot lower. If they're 40 ETH, a lot lower, I can see punks back to 20 ETH. That is a lot lower. That's down 50%. I could see them at 20 ETH. But I see calls for them to be like down 90%. You won't. No, I'm not there. I'm not there. And not until the true bear market, but a lot lower. Unlike broader crypto, NFTs are very 2021. Yes. Excitement unlikely to return when Bitcoin rallies further. I kind of agree. The big X factor there, and it's a big X factor. It's huge, and it's like a deal-breaking thing. It's a make or break moment for NFTs. Does the Clarity Act open up some like different fundraising opportunities for projects? Does it also open up some new like ownership opportunities? Right? Like with wrecked brands and the plague and anybody who's giving ownership of the brand to NFT holders, does it open that up in an interesting way where we get like almost a new meta? Could that happen? I think so. I think it's actually possible. And so like, it's a very 21 meta and it's unlikely to, I guess I'm with him. It's unlikely to return, but I'm saying that big X factor is a big X factor. There's a scenario, and maybe it's a 2% chance that it comes back and it shocks people and it melts faces and prices get silly. There is a chance that we still get silly next year. Not likely, but there's a chance. Good morning, dude. Also, the crypto participant base is different now. First to flex in other ways. Also true that NFTs aren't cool anymore. That's absolutely true. So he's not wrong here. He's reading this wrong, though. A lot of people offer me under an ETH for the punk, thought they were being helpful. This is just people like begging, and that happens all the time. This is like reading anything into that is kind of silly. But like thinking punks are going so much lower, punk floor down about 70%, it's going down another 90% is crazy. That's crazy. This is delusional. I think Jonah's in his feels with this a bit. Down another 90%. If somebody can math for me. I mean, I see them down 75% in a bear market, right? I see them. Extreme in an extreme scenario, black swan event, lengthy bear market, economy like trashed. I can see them hitting 10 ETH at the low. I can see it. I don't think it's likely. I think punks can go down to 20 ETH in the next 6 months to 12 months. I can see that, but down 90%? No, I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely insane. He's not the only one saying it, though, right? Beanie's saying the same thing. Beanie thinks it's really, really, really done. He thinks it's really done. Nobody considers it a flex to have a CryptoPunk. I disagree. I think well, for you guys, is it a flex to have a CryptoPunk? If a CryptoPunk fell to 10 ETH and you had 10 ETH, would you buy a CryptoPunk? Give me some replies here and give me a little context too. Would you empty your wallet to get a CryptoPunk if it fell to a certain price? Is it a flex? Are CryptoPunks different? To me, it's yes across the board. If I had 10 ETH and that's all I had and CryptoPunks fell to 10, I'd be buying right that second. I think in the future, CryptoPunks, that $1 million thing, to me, it's a yes. It's in the future, but yeah. Crypto culture is going to eat everything over the next few decades. CryptoPunks is like the representative of crypto culture. For me, it's a yes. Moonship's a no. Okay. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, man. And comparing it to a Bored Ape is very... Yeah, I don't see it. They don't feel the same. It's, to me, completely different. I don't see it. Beanie doesn't bat 1,000, by the way. I think he's pretty wrong on this one. And that's not to say, again, they could hit 10 ETH in a true bear market. When we truly have despair and need money kind of, you know what I mean? We can get there. Yeah, Drop King would. Again, I would set myself to 0 to get a punk at 10 ETH. I would find anything I could to liquidate to get a punk at 10 ETH. Mufasa, it's a flex. I like that. It's a flex if it's in a hex. I wish X brought back the hexagon. Anyway, I think we're fine, boys. I think we're fine. We'll skip looking at... Actually, why don't we quickly just look at volume? I'm just kind of curious where we're at. I don't know. We're just kind of flat volume-wise. About 10 mil daily here. Not bad. Dick Butt's now community-owned. Andrew Weitzman now in control of the project, along with the community. Cool. Whatever. I like Dick Butts. Never owned one. I would one day. I would like it, but don't care. CryptoPunk is the only thing that just is different. Just different. Yuga Labs has its... Dude, the Other Side Metaverse goes live. The official, I think, persistent Other Side Metaverse next week. I think that's what this is. Coda Nexus. They call it's chapter 1, but I think this is when the Other Side Metaverse open full time. Look, there's no hype around it, which is a bummer. But I still think 5 years off, we've got a metaverse meta. I do think so. So I'm rooting for these guys. I hope that goes well. I hope it's exciting. I hope it, I hope there's some excitement around it. I'm not betting on it, but it's coming. Looks nice. Is it going to be worth spending your time there for any reason? That's the part I'm not sure about. I don't know why and what, and I'm not sure. But this is a milestone. Would have moved the needle a lot more last cycle. What can you do? All right. NFTs to virtuals, and what a better way to do it. There is no better way to do it than Pudgy Penguins in virtuals. Well, this is pretty interesting. And we knew there's something coming with Pudgy Penguins in virtuals for a while now. But what? Not sure. But here we go. Virtuals changing their PFP to a Pudgy Penguin. Tweeting out, what if Pudgy Penguins became agentic? Also, looking a little robot-y, but I just think that's, for effect. Pudgy Penguins in virtuals, something's cooking here. And so we've known for a little while now that Cons from Acolyte and Signal has some kind of partnership with Pudgy Penguins. I'm wondering if they're going to build out maybe souls for Pudgy Penguin NFTs. Maybe you can mint an agent to go with your PFP, and maybe it's like attached to the NFT. So you sell it, maybe the NFT is ownership of that agent. Like, does it matter? Does it move the needle? Is it innovative? Any of that stuff? Don't know, but Pudgy Penguins virtuals certainly matters, even just for attention. And like, still, it's all eyes on virtuals right now. Whatever this is, this will be the talk of crypto Twitter. Oh, I like that, Mike. You know, I've always said that when the first email was sent, right? We're talking what, the 70s or whatever. First time you plugged in a computer and, you know, sent a message across the campus or whatever, or school to school, whatever that story was. That's when the metaverse was born to me. Yeah, I think we are in the metaverse now. I don't think it's a video game as the metaverse, but another conversation. Anyway, this is potentially really big. Not even, it is big. It's not potentially, it is big. But I will say potentially virtuals also really big. That's fucking obvious, right? But really big, really big. I like this take from Elon Trades. Coinbase is going to rally behind virtuals like they did Arrow. I think that's super possible, dude. I do. The Jesse tweet to me is like a little sign that they're going to engage in a different way. I feel that. So I think so. I think virtuals is about the best bet you can make right now. Out of all the narratives out there, and there's very few right now, virtuals is one you could bet on, should bet on. All right, let's quickly look at prices. We didn't do it yesterday, but $7.28 billion market cap for these AI tokens. It's been a struggle, dude. It's been a struggle. Your top agent, and we're going by market cap, IRC on top, followed by Tibber. Fartcoin is down to 250 mil. I think Fartcoin's pretty well cooked. And I think we've been on that for a while. Maybe it's pretty obvious, but Fartcoin, we'll see. Toshi AIC. Oh, Rect is down to 173. Wow. On the infrastructure side, Virtual on top, then FET, DCAI, AIA, and IOTX. And then in DeFi, still where I think there's going to be some really cool opportunities. It's Venice on top. Wow. Banker, Cortex, Olas, and AI Tech. And then let's do Mindshare. Elsa AI. Cooking here. Yeah. Cookie, Virtual, Warp, and then Banker. Before we talk about upcoming launches, there's some cool ones. AMAI on the show tomorrow, by the way, guys. I'll get a tweet out for that later today. But this is our guest for tomorrow. Very excited to chat with them. There's a few others that are on here that I really want to get on here, but yeah, I like this. I need to get to the Tom Lee Virtuals interview. Let me get this here, because it does feed into some of the top movers. So there you go. You have Tom Lee, this webinar, stream, whatever, yesterday, which is really fucking cool, with Ethermage. I don't think we got anything groundbreaking there. I don't think we really got alpha there. And I'm waiting for the replay. I didn't get to tune in, but shout out to Big Will for the breakdown here. Basically put virtuals on a really interesting stage here. I like that a lot. Talked about what they were, where they're going, why they're going, where they're going, all of it, how big AI is going to be. Focused a bit on Aristotle Facey, which is great. But I like this. I like what they were talking about as far as mechanics there, talking about driving fees back to projects, talking ACP, V virtuals, the community here. All of that I like, right? The V virtual airdrop system is great. This is actually big, and I maybe don't appreciate it enough, but when you launch on virtuals, you start with, thousands of holders because of the airdrops. I love that. It's an underrated selling point of the launch pad. But virtuals primed so perfectly, man, to catch the AI revolution and the robotics revolution. It's great stuff. And Tom Lee sharing some thoughts on the market. Stocks rally through the end of the year. 2026, we'll see the agentic economy burst into the mainstream. I hope. And I think that's true. And I think a lot of the things we were hoping for with this AI meta that just didn't quite happen is because it's so early. Next year might not be so early. Next year is where we start seeing all these rails, like the agent commerce rails and the connectivity between agents, when we see that actually start paying off. Now, imagine what that looks like. Imagine if a bear market could exist the same way if there are tens of thousands of agents finally doing, maybe more than that, but maybe finally doing the thing we thought they'd do, which is have their own economies. And even if it's just trading, might look a little different. I need to catch this replay, though. I can't wait for that. Again, I don't think we got alpha from that, unless any of you guys watched it. If you guys watched it and there was some alpha that maybe wasn't mentioned here, but Will's pretty damn comprehensive. Yeah. But yeah, looking forward to that replay here. Now, some of these tokens that are moving right now, moving for good reason. Acolyte. Acolyte's moving because what, guys? Because that Pudgy Penguins tweet. Because it probably has a little something to do with Acolyte or Signal, but Acolyte's, Khan's project. During that stream, they also mentioned, again, Facey they mentioned Caesar, and these are some of your, here, let's find them. Where are some of your top trending tokens here? So again, Acolyte, Small Things launched yesterday, 2.2 mil FDV. Really good. I want them on the show. I do. I like what they're building. Caesar, I didn't see get a pump out of this, by the way, even though they were mentioned yesterday. Facey did. There was one. Yeah, I think there was one other that was mentioned. But otherwise, like, kind of quiet on the virtuals front. And it's not a bad thing. I don't know. My gut tells me I think you got some opportunities right now. I think you've got a discount on tokens here, and especially if this continues for the next few weeks, a discount before we head into whatever this next, let's say the Santa rally, the end of the year run. When that happens, and I'll just operate like when it happens, virtuals is going to be right there. And you know what happens to all these agent tokens that are paired with virtual. I would be looking at these coins if you're liquid right now. Maybe trying to time the bottom, maybe, but like, man, I think you're going to have some big wins in some of these tokens, even stuff like Virgin. And I'm actually going to pull Virgin up because Virgin's looking, I mean, we're talking about $1 million market cap coin, but I talk about this one kind of not even that often, but I talk about it because I think it's an interesting play. It's like a leverage play on virtual sentiment. And it played out like that. It did here. Ran to 2 mil, it ran to 3 mil from 600K about a week ago. Did this actually get to 200? October 23rd, this was 250K. Ran to almost 3 mil. I think we're going to see some interesting action in this token. And by the way, use Copilot. Use our Swarm Copilot extension to do your research here. Start looking for those smart traders getting back into these coins. I do think it matters. Right? Load up Copilot. It's free to use. Find IQ. Look for the good traders here. Look for the guys who are out trading the others and try to find when they're coming back in. These average plus and above traders, the Einstein traders. Find when they're coming back in and buying because you either found somebody that's an insider or somebody who's got a good edge or somebody who's just very skilled at trading. Find those guys. Copy trade them or at least use that as your sign or signal to go research further. Go dig into their wallet. See what else they're doing. Super powerful tool. That, by the way, all this data served up agentically and via API and MCP. This is just one way to use it here. This is an easy way for us to use it. Gifted trader back in. 7 hours ago. That's what I want to see is these smart traders coming in. Now, I'm looking for them to do it with more size too, right? There's a few things you want to put together, but right now is the time to be using Copilot to dive into these tokens, find those deals. Ooh, let's look at Billy. I like Billy. I like Billy a lot. Syfy was approached by Mario to do a solo with the round table. Interesting. And, I like that. I like that. I could argue that being on Mario's show isn't great because Mario takes a ton of tokens and he dumps those tokens and he offers it to a lot. It's not bad though, right? But like we've talked to him too, and it's it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel wrong. It just for us it wasn't a thing. But no, I mean that's better than not being on there. I think it's probably a positive. You guys know a lot of you guys probably are like I don't want to say newer to me, my stream, whatever, but like probably just don't. I was on Mario's show, 2 years ago? When did X4, not 402, when did 404s come out? Do you guys remember the NFT standard 404s? Oh, zero allocation is cool. Okay, that's a different story. I like that. But yeah, dude, when the ERC 404 and DN 404 came out, I got reached out to by, Mario or somebody on his team. I was on their spaces, which was crazy. At that time, like that was a big thing at the time for me. That was cool. We're looking at Billy. Okay. Watching Billy for the same stuff. Smart traders coming in. These contract trades, by the way, are coming from probably mostly exchanges and automated trading, but it's different buyers in this one, which to me is a really good sign. Contract, I think this is coming through like Uniswap, as opposed to virtuals, meaning they've got holders that are just not necessarily virtuals guys, which to me is super bullish for that token. Super bullish for that token. Genius trader. I'm looking for that. The average plus, the genius, those smart traders in buying. This is all within the past day. I think you want to be looking for that edge right now. Right now when the market is like this, because you get to feel that turning point before anybody else. Again, you can tap into the data with our APIs, with our MCP server. You can build out tools that'll show you this in a different way. Remember we talked to Tatum last week and they said you're going to be able to build alerts off this stuff, which is bonkers. To me, the one missing, piece. You can sit here all day and scan and watch, and you should. But for me, next level when you set alerts. Yeah, I think Billy's a very, very, very interesting opportunity. There we go. Yeah. All right, we'll wrap there. Newsletter's going out a day late, by the way. Normally comes out Tuesday. It's going to go out tomorrow. We've got an email announcement going out today, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for, again, newsletter tomorrow. On the Big Will and Goon show Thursday, I'll keep you updated on all that stuff. But again, tomorrow, AMAI on the stream. So that we'll be live at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. AMAI coming on at 9:30. Talk about their launch. Could be a spicy one. Hope the market turns around by then. Might be sweet. And we're all, Mike, we're all praying for that, man. Hit the like on the show. Come over to CryptoSlam and subscribe. And follow SlamAI_XYZ and CryptoSlam.io. Man, I hope you guys have a great day. Again, we hope this turns around, but before long it will, and we'll be here for it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.